So welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Banter with the Brothers. Alongside the fellas, I'm going to just go from work my way right. Joe, Shinny, Jevy, Carl, joined by the one and only YPQ. New episode, Q. Appreciate you joining us. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and give people a quick introduction, those who might not be familiar.
Listen, I'm YPQ. On IG, my handle, YP the Ops, We the Ops. It's always the slogan. And don't take it the way it sounds because it's a lot deeper than people think. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm from New York originally. Bridgeport raised me in a way, half, So that's about it.
Okay.
Explain
the handling.
Where YP or the Ops come from? We the Ops.
Both.
All right, so
I know it's all got a meaning.
All right, so YP it started but it's more of the Y is always for young. It's always for young, no matter what you make. And the P is up for perception. It could be young, whatever you want to be is a P. You feel me? But we originally started as Young Plugs.
Okay.
And then We the Ops is more of a I'm a big word dude on definition. So op it's not really a word, but it's a again, you know what I'm about to say. It's the beginning of the word.
It's the prefix of it?
Yeah, prefix. Thank you.
Gotcha.
It's a prefix.
Yeah.
So basically, when I came up with We the Ops, I basically was I fought so much adversity in my life, and I still do, and a lot of people do in different ways from all different backgrounds. So I wanted them to be instead of feeling everything that was against them, you know what I mean? Instead of trying to fight everything opposites or fucking opponents or fucking anything, anything that could go against you, I wanted you to take it on, you know what I mean? Head first.
Okay.
Nothing go against you if you're the worst. Not the worst, but you know what I mean?
Nothing to fear, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing to fear.
I feel that. So, first of all, how you been handling the quarantine, and how's it been for you?
Fortunately, I've been handling the quarantine better now. Before, it wasn't so good. Fortunately, I was in Bridgeport Correctional Facility out here in Connecticut, and there is everything. Well, I guess it's probably the whole country right now, since nobody's ever seen anything like this ever and didn't think they ever would, is making a lot of things up as they go. So a lot of things are going to, of course, be a lot worse before they get any better. And in there is just bad, completely. People are dying, correctional officers. It's so real that everybody knows, our whole economy in Connecticut runs on prisons. Prisons is we have a bigger prison budget than we have education budget. The recidivist rate is through the roof. So in there, what they're doing is, because they say you have 14 days to see if you have the virus or whatever. What they're doing is they keep you in a cell, 23-1. This is death row. Listen, mind you, this is what they do for people in death row. This is 23 hours in your cell, 1 hour out to phone call or shower or whatever the case may be. And they make you do that even with no penalties. You could be in there you could literally been in there for a speeding ticket. And now you're getting treated like a death row inmate. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People are in there losing their minds. They're hungry. You can't even get hot food after 5 if you can't get to hot water. In certain facilities, such as Bridgeport Correctionals, since it's such an older facility, they don't have plugs in the cell for you to buy things to make your own hot water. So after a certain time when there's no more people out, you have no hot water. 4 o'clock, you're starving. All the way up to the next day, breakfast is 6 a.m. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Then you got people in there who's sick, who can't even really get the attention because the medical staff is a little scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, people are in there dying left and right. The numbers even though the numbers go up down in Connecticut, the numbers go up in corrections, even in their staff. It's so fucked up that I've seen more rookies now. I've seen them, they're doing more trainings now than anything. And those people are just seeing it as, oh, we got jobs. They're saying, screw you, we need bodies. So now we can step up to the plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so crazy in the court system. So many people could be in there, say, for a driving ticket. Something a judge would say, oh, just go home. Promise to appear, just come back to court. They're sitting in jail now until months, until they can get a court date just because. Losing their families, homes, you know, they can't pay for things, they're losing their jobs. It's just shit's crazy.
You know, yeah, I was gonna say something. I didn't know you were in there, right? Like I wasn't even aware. And I was like, welcome home. What the fuck? What's really going on? But it's an issue that's larger than just any regular conversation that we could have on here. We all know somebody that's been incarcerated or, you know, been in these situations. But now it's not just facing a certain demographic, it's facing everybody that's around the situation. As you saying, your staff included, people aren't getting the right treatment. So what you think is the best, well, not the best, what do you think is the difference between COVID-19 inside the correction facility and out here? What's the biggest difference you've seen?
Out here, the biggest difference is the treatment in there. It's just like, as far as being human, as being, you could be just like you could be. All right, let me put this. So think about this. If you're 23-1 in the cell, right? That's 23 hours out the day. You come out for 1 hour, right?
Right.
And you come in with the same group of people that you're gonna go out with that hour for, right?
Right.
Tell me, what does 23 hours? What is the difference between giving us more hours? We're exposed to the same people in the same area. Do you get that?
Well, I guess it's more of like a mental thing, you know, rather than them caring so much about the spread of COVID. Because either way, it could be a second to or a minute. If it's there, it's gonna be spread, no. But I guess I think for me that might be the biggest takeaway from it is the mental anguish or anxiety plays on you. So if you're placed in a confinement that's like whatever how big the cell is, right? You could be in there for how many times of the day, you know, how many hours. You might forget to do a few things. You might forget even how to walk properly because you're not moving as much as you're used to. You know what I'm saying? So
oh my gosh.
I think those are some of the biggest. Like, I've been arrested when I was younger, and I was in jail for 7 days, right? So I used to live in Jamaica, and I literally was in a small thing, and I never got out of the cell. I got out to shower and eat. We ate in the cell. I never got out, right? So I forgot how to walk properly. And now I can imagine these are things that people go through. And if, say, for example, if you weren't in, like, I was in there with people I grew up with, like, oh, shit, I ain't see homeboy in, like, years. You were down here? Like, it's unfortunate that this is where we see each other, you know, but it's a lot of things that you're not even necessarily thinking about. When that happens to you, like, oh, shit. I take walking a regular route somewhere for granted, but these are things you get out to do.
You can't even go get, like, literally, that was 2 weeks. Yeah, I've been not like, this is nothing to be proud of because this is the word. Like, it's embarrassing to be in prison, but I've been in prison before, and this 2 weeks was like the most like mentally. It was like, that's the craziest thing is mentally, because it's like I was fucking going. Oh, excuse me. I was freaking going crazy.
You can curse if you want, bro.
Yeah. Speak freely. Nigga, speak freely.
I was.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck.
I based, like, you know, like I based meaning like I screamed on one of my cellies like after like 2 days for kind of nothing. Then I had a PTS dream and ran off of a bunk and fucking bust my elbows open. They had to bring me to the hospital during the corona thing. Mind you, they didn't even want to give me a sweater to leave the jail with. They just try to make me leave with a t-shirt. It's freaking April still. It's freaking 40 degrees. I was like, at least give me a sweater.
Yeah.
Like, freaking barely bringing food. The food is just, you know, you really like, you ever seen Castaways? Tom Hanks? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, so it was one of them days, like, I was like starting to lose my mind. I was like,
Talking to Wilson and shit.
I was like, what did somebody, I'm like, what do people do? Because when I get myself in situations, I like to think. So I go, what do people do who find themselves going crazy? Thought about Castaways. They gave us oranges that morning. I took the orange, I drew a little face on it, and I was buzzed. Yo, honestly, I just put them on the desk and felt a little bit better.
You give him a name? You get an orange name?
Yeah, Bud.
Bud.
Like B-U-D.
Bud. Got you.
When you was in there and you had probably like, would you have a moment that you thought of like, I'm at like the hardest mental point? And if you did, what kept you going to just be like, all right, you know, if this is as worse, like as hard as it's gonna get, like I could keep going.
Literally, I would work out till I got tired, and I would read. I read a lot. That's what I do. Read a lot.
Really?
Literally.
What did you read?
That's the key. I read some James Patterson's. You know, because that's another thing. You don't even have access.
That's my favorite.
So we literally, we literally slide in books to each other under cell doors, like from cells to cell, like passing it around. So I had like few James Patterson's. I read like 2 of those. I read a book, Death by Hollywood. You know, I love Hollywood. It's just, that was a good book. What else? I ended up getting to a hood book, you know, once I got out, you know, I got out of that quarantine block, out of the 23-and-1, like, everyday situation. I finally got me around a good hood book. It was good. But the thing about these hood books now, they're very, very sexual. You feel me? And when you go to jail, you know what I mean? You don't, if you like what I like, they don't got those in there. You know what I mean? Those hood books, man, shits have you, bro. That's another thing. So I was going through it, yo. I was like, man, having dreams. Dreams so vivid. It was just crazy.
Yo, I heard you don't wake no one up in jail while they dreaming.
Nah.
Like while they sleeping.
Nah, but if somebody's snoring, that nigga know you better hit the knock. Thing is, you just better listen. Somebody can do whatever they want if you let them.
Facts.
That's how I go. I mean, I will try you. Like, if you come in the cell with me, I'll see what I'll get away. I might just do stuff, and then I'll tell you, like, if I see that you don't know, I'll tell you, like, yo, listen, nobody's supposed to do this or that, or, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things. We'll say anything. Listen, just imagine surviving, like, in jail, people in prison are the most intuitive people. The things that we come up with, the things we have to, because circumstances, like, just get you to building. You start to think, adapt, survive.
Yep.
You know?
Survival of the fittest, for sure. Yeah. And that's one thing I don't like about the, correction facility, right? I don't think there's nothing about, like, the word correction. I think they should, like, change the name of it until they actually fix what they're trying to do. Because they don't try to correct anything, right? They literally put everybody in there and say, all right, cool, y'all here and whatever until your time is done, right? Because I don't think, jails in certain countries are different. Like, for Sweden, they got, like, psychological evaluation on people, go meet with this person. Well, I feel in the systems here, they're just trying to punish you. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as correction. Like, it's like, I don't get it. I think that's one of the biggest flaws of the system itself.
There are actually some, like, literally very limited, because there's not money put into them. That's why. Right. So there's some people who, they got, like, this place called the Second Chance Program, and Cyboski, the Willard Cyboski. They have, like, places some places have, like, correspondence classes. Another place in Cybosi, you can actually learn color coding and numerical coding, CNC. You can actually go to the As Nuntuck Community College campus. They made it a day where you can go to the campus as an actual inmate. You know what I mean? And get your things there. And they give people jobs, making regular money, like making a salary. You know what I mean? But that's limited. So that it's very limited. So therefore, a lot is getting overlooked. Now, if there was opportunities in every prison for something, look, even the thing in Cheshire, they have something in the level 4. Their numbers of incident reports are going down, shit like that. But you got to remember, they're not trying to correct anything. Why would they correct anything? There is no, and I repeat, there's no money in a cure.
Right. And that's why there's so many medicines on the market, because it's not a cure. It's just a stoppage or it's how people be like, oh, there's no cure for cancer, but like, yo, I could give
it doesn't pay for them to solve it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's why I tell people all the time. I deal with prevention. I don't like, I don't like cures. It's prevention over cure. So like, if I do things a certain way, I don't have to worry about paying for that, or you know what I mean. So that's a great point you brought up, and I'm glad you're shedding some light on some things that we don't know about as much, and it's definitely a eye-opening situation that we should all be aware of. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
For sure. Was there any talk of like vaccines and anything like that? Because there have been different like rumors floated around of people going in different places. Like, for example, like there were doctors in Europe who were talking about how, we should go to Africa and get, some people to test vaccines on. Was there any discussions of that you heard?
No. You know how bad it got? People came after an inmate actually died. You feel me? So people came to protest. And since people came to protest, they were like, freak it. We'll just lock them down. And locked us down 2 more days. So actually out of those 14 weeks when we had the 23-1, I had a 48 hours in a cell.
That's crazy.
By myself, yeah. Just light and water. That shit is crazy.
Could you explain maybe to somebody who hadn't been in it what that does to like your mental state of being locked down for 48 straight hours? Because there's a lot of people who wouldn't know what that does to a person's psyche.
I wouldn't even literally know I did it before, but now without no TV, that was the hardest ever because I had just light and water in that cell. And when I tell you, bro, it wasn't even like I was okay, like, but I was just not okay. Like, it was just like I would be, once I got a routine. Once you get a routine, it's down. But like, I knew something was going on. Like, I was getting anxiety. Like, I felt like I would try to talk. Me, I'm a person of words, and I believe it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So even when I went to go ask these questions about what's going on, and they didn't have anything to say for us, they weren't even giving people a second change of clothes. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But
yeah,
it just was all aggravating, I used to lose it on the COs, like, it's just that don't help at all though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's it gets you so out of character. I hate to look like what they see me as, you know what I mean? So I don't portray myself as that.
Right.
That's deep. Because a lot of people, I feel like that might skip over their heads, There's a portrayal, like I've seen a lot of videos recently in New York of the way that they're enforcing social distancing in our communities versus in like the West Village or the rich white areas, for example.
Right.
And it all comes down to a perception of who you think I am before you know anything about me. You're gonna treat me a certain way.
Right.
So it's interesting to hear, that perspective from you.